Hi guys, it's Sherry and welcome to The Eyes Have It. It's that time of month again and both of my subscription boxes have arrived. That is the Nature Box, which is healthy snacks, and the Ipsy bag, which is glamorous makeup items. So I just finished filming the Ipsy video and now I'm going to film the Nature Box video. And for anybody who's curious about my eyes, I recently had a video that talked about eyeshadows that I bought from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I said that I was going to be breaking them down and doing a couple different looks with them. Well, today the look is with the two reddish brown colors. I used the darker one in my outer V and to start the crease, and then I used the redder one in my crease. And then for the inner eyelid and the eyebrow highlight, I use a color from Sephora that's called Sunkissed, I think. It's sort of a pale peach. Okay, so let's get started. I'll start with the one that I've been munching on already. I just had a craving last night for something, and I looked in my box to see if there was anything that would hit that craving. And sure enough, there was the good old coffee kettle popcorn, which I absolutely love. That is delicious, and I can just eat the whole bag, which is why I try not to open it until after I've done my Nature Box video. But it is really delicious, like caramel popcorn, but except with the coffee flavor to it. It does have a bit of bitterness, so if you're not a coffee drinker, you may not like it. I am not a daily coffee drinker, but I do love coffee, and when I drink it black, so this taste is fine with me. And this one is 120 calories for 3/4 cup, 4 grams of fat, 3 of that are sat, 200 milligrams of sodium, 1 gram of fiber, 15 grams of sugar, and 1 gram of protein. So that, and yet that still has the nutritionist approved label on it. So I don't remember exactly what the qualifications are for that on the Nature Box website, but it does have something to do with the ratio of salt to sugar to fat and calories, I believe. Okay, moving on. Something I've had before. The last time I got it, it was crushed to pieces, and to be honest, I should have called Nature Box right away and they would have replaced it, but I just didn't. I procrastinated and I never end up eating it because there was no way to eat it other than maybe in a bowl with milk or something, because it was literally pulverized. But this is what they're supposed to look like. They did come the correct way this month. Cranberry almond bites. They're crispy almond and rice squares with cranberries. They're tasty. They're not, you know, like, wow, I gotta sing this from the rooftops. Wonderful, but they're tasty. And these, as you can see, that's a nice full bag. These are for 1/3 cup, 150 calories, 9 grams of total fat. Only 1 of that is sat. 40 milligrams of sodium, so very, very low. 2 grams of dietary fiber, 8 grams of sugar, which is also low, and 4 grams of protein. These are also marked as nutritionist approved. Next, I've had these once before, and I thought they were pretty delicious. I usually use them for munching in the evening when I watch TV, when I have a craving for something salty rather than sweet. And these are the Asiago and Cheddar cheese crisps. I happen to be a fan of both those cheeses. Asiago has a very distinct flavor. And so these are just little, very, very crunchy crisps. And they have a very, very cheesy flavor to them. If you don't like a pungent cheese, then, and I don't mean pungent in the way that blue cheese is pungent or Limburger is pungent, but if you don't like a sharp tasting cheese, then you probably wouldn't like these. But if you're a big sharp cheddar fan or an Asiago fan, they are very good. These are for 10 of the little crisps, 130 calories, 5 grams of total fat, 3.5 of that are sat, 160 milligrams of sodium, let's see, no fiber, no sugar, and 6 grams of protein. And these also are nutritionist approved. In the beginning, when I started to get NatureBox and I didn't know what I was doing in terms of picking, I hadn't even noticed the nutritionist approved part. So in the beginning, most of the ones that I got were not nutritionist approved. Then it started to be 1 or 2 in my box would be. And, you know, now I kind of know a little more what to look for. And so far, all 4 of these that I've talked about or am about to talk about are nutritionist approved. This is the cinnamon swirl kettle kernels, the cinnamon roasted corn kernels. They're very tasty. They're just like the regular corn kernels, but instead of a salty, savory snack, they are a sweeter snack. They're still a little savory because they got that deep corn crunch, but they put the cinnamon sugar on them, and so, you know, they have a little sweeter taste to them. To be very honest, I really didn't want these. The first bag that I had was plenty. I mean, they are a little, if you've ever had an Auntie Anne's cinnamon pretzel, they tend to have this sort of, they're delicious beyond belief, but they tend to have this sort of greasiness to them. And I kind of noticed that with these, but unfortunately I thought I had until the 5th of the month to change my choices. And I logged on the 5th and they had already mailed them. That they ship on the 5th, not that I have to choose by the 5th. So this box came with whatever was already on my queue and I didn't get to pick. So otherwise I probably wouldn't have gotten these. So these for a 1/3 cup are 130 calories, 4.5 grams of total fat, no sat fat, which I find hard to believe, 55 milligrams of sodium, which is awesome, 2 grams of fiber, 2 grams of sugar, which is very low for something sugary, and 2 grams of protein. And like I said, these are also nutritionist approved. And last, my usual Big Island pineapple, though I will tell you that I went in a couple of weeks ago and I unlocked this, which means I took it off of an autofill. So for almost the whole year, Big Island pineapple has been something that automatically goes in my box, even if I don't make it there to put it in my box. It's locked in as a selection. And I unlocked it because I found when I was eating last month's bag that I was kind of getting tired of it. Even though I love it, I was kind of getting that fatigue with it that I did with the regular corn kernels, which I adore. But just after a point, you know, I got a little fatigue with it. I got a little tired with it. And that's what happened with the pineapple. So, but I have one more bag. That's no deal. No big deal. Okay, and this serving size is incredibly generous. It's 4.5 rings of these pineapples, which is a lot. And there's only, they say if you eat a serving that big, which I never do, you only get two servings per container. So that's the downside. You get a really nice big serving size for all this, but you only get 2 servings in the whole bag. And I wasn't happy with that the first time I got them, so I decided that like 1 ring, 1.5 rings, max 2 rings would be my serving size, and I've kind of stuck to that. Okay, so for a serving size of 4.5 rings, calories are 120, total fat is 0, sat fat 0, trans fat 0, 0 cholesterol, 0 sodium, 3 grams of fiber, 13 grams of sugar because it's fruit, that's natural sugar, 1 gram of protein, and the ingredient list, dried pineapple. That is all. So those are my 5. Go over what we had this month. This is Big Island pineapple, which is just slices of dried pineapple. Cinnamon swirl kettle kernels, which is crunchy kernels of corn that have been covered in a cinnamon sugar. Asiago and cheddar cheese crisps, which are crunchy little cheese Cranberry Almond Bites, which are almond and rice squares with little bits of dried cranberry in them. And Coffee Kettle popcorn, which is very, very delicious for those of you who enjoy the flavor of coffee. All right, there's my nature box for December 2014. Hope you're having a great month, not staying too busy, and taking care of yourself. So I will see you soon, and have a great holiday season. Bye.